So I thought it's been a while. Hi YouTube. So it's been a while since I did a video. Hi YouTube. So it's been a while since I did a video, and I know I look a hot mess, but that's because I just spent the last 2 hours in the boys' bedroom packing their bedroom. Because as you can tell by the wall behind me and the stack of boxes, hi YouTube. So it's been a while since I did a video. The last video I did was the story of my stillbirth. I know I look a hot mess, but it's because we're smack in the middle of a move. Now, we live in a 3-bedroom apartment that I used to be the caretaker in. I'm no longer the caretaker because my boss is nuts. But I will address that in a different video, but I will explain that at some point. Because people need to know that this kind of stuff is happening and that there are ways around this stuff. Anyway, so I have spent the last 2 hours in the boys' bedroom packing their room. What a mess. What a job. Oh my word. Anyhow, the wall behind me is half painted because I need to turn it back to the color that it was when we moved in order to get my damage deposit back, and I want my damage deposit back. So, I got a lot to do still. I thought today I would do the next in my series of get to know me kind of videos would be, apparently Muffin wants to be in this video. She, would be the next pregnancy in my kind of life story, but the next pregnancy in my life story did not have a happy ending. So rather than lumping that pregnancy with my son's pregnancy, who was the next child, I thought I would do my miscarriage stories. I've had 2 miscarriages. My first miscarriage was 9 months after we lost Mackenzie. It was devastating. We planned to get pregnant. We got pregnant right away. We were totally excited and thrilled, and we made the mistake of telling everybody. So at 6 weeks pregnant, we told everyone that we were expecting because we knew that everyone would be excited with us. What we didn't expect was that I would miscarry. I've never had a problem carrying pregnancies. I guess this would have been my 3rd pregnancy. My first 2 pregnancies, no problem carrying the pregnancy. I got pregnant, carried my pregnancies. One ended in a live birth, the other ended in a stillbirth. And so I never dreamed that I would have a miscarriage, and it was absolutely devastating. I was 8 weeks pregnant, had just found out that we were expecting, kind of didn't go to the doctor right away because there's really no point in going until you're, 17 weeks or whatever is when they first see you. And so I didn't go right away. But we knew we were expecting. And so I went to work. I was working full time, and I went to work and started spotting and was absolutely freaked right out because I thought, we have tried so hard for this. We have waited so long for this. This can't be happening. So I phoned my husband at work. We both went to the emergency room at a really good hospital, and we were told there by the intake people that because my pregnancy had not yet been confirmed by a doctor, we were to make an appointment with our doctor and go there. This was 11 o'clock in the morning. We called to make the appointment from the hospital. They said they would see us at 2 or whatever it was, and we went home to wait for the appointment. We went to the doctor's office. He did an internal check and ran a pregnancy test. And yes, I was pregnant. My cervix was closed. But we were spotting, and we didn't know why. And so he sent us for an ultrasound. When we saw the screen, immediately you could see the sac. you could see the baby. You could see where it was attached to me. You could see everything. What we didn't see was a heartbeat. Now, we were pretty early, so, you know, it could have been that it was coming, it just wasn't quite there yet. Okay, so they send us home. They tell me, this was a Monday, they tell me not to go to work the next day. And if Wednesday the spotting has stopped, I can return to work and, you know, carry on. Okay, so that's what we do. Stay home all day Tuesday. I did have a 2.5-year-old, but I tried to take it as easy as I could. And I went back to work on Wednesday. Wednesday at lunchtime, the spotting started again, went back to the hospital. They pretty much told us there's pretty much nothing we can do. And, I mean, I get it. There's pretty much nothing they could do. Sorry for messing with that, but there's pretty much nothing they can do. So we went home. We were both very active in our church. We were part of a group called Awana, and we were both leaders. My husband was games leader. I was just a leader, and my daughter attended. My parents both attended. That evening, my husband went to Awana with my daughter, and while they were there, I passed the baby. And it was just devastating because we both wanted it so bad, and for it to have ended like that was absolutely devastating. Anyways, when they came home, I informed them what was happening, you know, like whatever. We went about our lives, and both had decided that we were going to go back on birth control because we weren't going to keep putting ourselves through this. If this wasn't going to happen, then this wasn't going to happen. We just weren't going to continue to put ourselves through this because what was the point? That weekend, my husband actually had a men's retreat, and he didn't want to go because he didn't want to leave me at home, you know, like whatever. And I convinced him to go. And he did end up going, so I had the weekend by myself. My daughter went to her dad's house, you know, like, I pretty much grieved. And so, alone. But anyways, we got through it, decided we were going to go back on birth control. You know, went for the follow-up appointment a week later or whatever it was, and to make sure that everything was gone, and everything was gone. In fact, she showed me where I would be ovulating from, and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. And so we had decided we were going to go back on the pill, and before I could start the round of my pill for that month, I got pregnant. But that is my son's pregnancy, and I don't want to lump his pregnancy with the miscarriage. So that was my first miscarriage story. And my second miscarriage story was pretty much the same, you know. It was 2 years after my son was born. And we got pregnant. We knew we were pregnant. We, you know, did not go to the doctor. We did not tell anybody. We did not anything because we knew history-wise that this might not last. And so we didn't say anything to anybody. We didn't anything. My husband knew. I knew. That's it. And again, pretty much the same thing. Started to spot. Did not go to the hospital, did not go to the doctor, because I knew there was nothing they could do at that point. There's nothing they can do. If you lose the pregnancy, you lose the pregnancy. They can't stop it. They can't make it better. They can't anything. And so, again, we miscarried pretty much the same way as last time. The only thing is I did not have an ultrasound or a follow-up ultrasound to make sure that everything was gone, which, looking back now, I probably should have, because it could have caused issues later. But thankfully, I was very lucky. I did not hemorrhage. I did not anything like that. It was, if I had not known I was pregnant, I would have just thought I was, you know, 3 or 4 weeks late on my period and having a normal period. And we lost that pregnancy, and both were pretty much done. You know, they're both wanted babies, and we, you know, you want your pregnancy to continue, and it's heartbreaking when it doesn't, But when I compare the miscarriages, and I don't want anyone to get upset by this or anything like that, but when I compare my miscarriages to my stillbirth, obviously because it's emotional, my miscarriages were still difficult. But my stillbirth was so hard. To have carried that baby for 9 months, to have prepared a room, to have picked out names, to have a coming home outfit, to have all of that stuff ready and come home without a baby was just so hard. Now, knowing you're pregnant and being excited because you're pregnant and miscarrying so early is a little different. I never felt those babies move. I don't know if those were boys or girls. I don't know. There's a possibility the first pregnancy was a twin pregnancy, but I don't know because I never asked the questions. I guess I could find out, but like at the second ultrasound, the technician said, well, they had seen 2 spots at the last pregnancy or at the last ultrasound that could have been, you know, pregnancies. Now, I didn't ask her if that meant there was 2 babies, or because there had never been a heartbeat, I just, you know, wanted to be done with it. And so, definitely my miscarriages were hard, but my stillbirth was 600 times harder. But then I'd had the stillbirth first. It might have been different if I didn't ever have that. But anyhow, those are my miscarriage stories. The next video I will do will be my son's birth, and that will have been the very first live birth after my stillbirth, and so yeah, watch for that. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.